a lot of little actions is what help make people successful. You don't just do one big action and you're successful. That big action took a lot of little steps before you could even reach that big step. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, my name is Nicole Wright and I am a performer and music educator here in New York City. Today, I wanted to share a video on my goals for February, if I achieve them, and my goals for March. I implement all my goals on my laptop, and I also have my to-do list on my laptop. And this is because often I'm doing majority of my work on my laptop, answering emails, reaching out to specific companies, or companies are reaching out to me. So if I can have my to-do list also on my laptop and I can split my screen, I can keep track of what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, without having to go back and forth to paper. Now, I do still love my planner, but I also keep everything on my to-do list. And if anything, I transfer things that are on my to-do list that are on my computer into my planner. So let's get right into it. Starting in January, I decided that I was not only going to do New Year resolutions, but I wanted to divide my resolutions up into quarterly resolutions because I'm giving myself specific times for these resolutions to be complete. So for the first quarter, that would be January, February, March. In the month of February, these were my goals. I wanted to implement a certain amount of money every week into my savings. That will be quite personal, but you can get the gist of what I mean by doing that. I wanted to post 4 to 5 times a week on my Instagram page. I wanted to inspire music educators and performers on their music journey. And I know by doing that, you need to be consistent and you need to create content of value. And I know the way you can be consistent is by posting frequently and consistently. I also want to make sure that my content is of good quality. That means I need to plan my content out ahead of time so that what I am saying is clear, concise, and easily digestible, which is why I usually try to create my content a week ahead of time. Next, I wanted to release a series of songs for Valentine's Day. I wanted to release my arrangement of Lean on Me in honor of Black History Month. I also wanted to release a single. I wanted to update my bio, read 30 pages. I know 30 pages sounds super low, but I read every day. I read a chapter from the Bible, my daily verse, and I read my decree, but I don't necessarily read very much for leisure. And so I really want to make sure that I begin to implement that. And I started off very small, 30 pages this month. And that was one of my goals. I needed to reach out to a company because we have just a few more things to tie up from when I worked with them previously. So I wanted to make sure that I had that on my to-do list to complete for the month of February. I wanted to create 2 YouTube videos, and I wanted to release a classical song on my YouTube channel. So let's see if I was able to complete them. I was not able to implement the amount of money that I wanted to implement in my savings for the month of February. I did post 4 to 5 times every week on Instagram. I did release a classical piece on my YouTube channel. I did release Lean on Me as a single, my first single ever. So I'm so excited, so grateful, and feel so blessed that I had the opportunity to share my arrangement with you all, for it to be featured on BronxNet television platform, and to be able to share it with several other organizations who wrote back and said that they also enjoyed the video. And to have a single out under my name like that has been a dream of mine for 2 years. But because I think that the way I was implementing my New Year's resolutions, the way I was executing it when it came to that goal wasn't as precise as it needed to be in order to achieve that. And so I wasn't able to achieve that. But because I was super diligent and I created stepping stones this quarter for my goals, I was able to achieve it. And this is what shows me that my quarterly goals are something that I need to have had implemented in my life. So I'm really happy that I implemented quarterly goals, and I'm really, 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 really proud that I was able to release this single. It's just wild to think about. I did not read 30 pages of the book that I wanted to read. It's actually music business book. So it's reading of leisure for me because I'm learning about the music business from a different perspective. I really wanted to learn more about this so that I can be more knowledgeable. Unfortunately though, I didn't read it. However, I do plan to do it again for the next month, but I will get there. I did reach out to the company and I did release 2 YouTube videos. I released the classical music video and I released the Lean On Me music video. And I released not just one Valentine's Day song, but I released 3 Valentine's Day songs. And I made it into a mini song collection and I released that on my YouTube channel and I made YouTube reels out of it. Then I created a story which talked about how I selected the songs and how I was able to create the aesthetic of the video. Now let's move on to my goals for the month of March. I noticed that the more time I took in creating my monthly goals made me more invested. So what I mean by that is, like, not only did I make a list of my monthly goals, but I also created a vision board that I'm going to use for the entire quarter. And what I did was, on this vision board, I put, which I can just do a snapshot, maybe. I do think some goals should be left kind of just for you to sit with and process and try to achieve, but maybe I will release that. I put one side of the vision board which had my goals, and atop of that would be my quote for the month. And my quote for this month is, little things make big things happen. A lot of little actions is what help make people successful. You don't just do one big action and you're successful. That big action took a lot of little steps before you could even reach that big step. And so I thought this was perfect because there's so many things I needed to do in the month of March that may not seem super big to others, but the end result would be me completing one of my New Year's resolutions. And that was what is most important to me. So my quote is, little things that make big things happen. My mantra for this year is level up. Last year it was resilient. I wanted to be able to really not give up no matter what the circumstance was. And this year I want to now level up everything that I did last year. Anything that I did last year, just do one little action that can bring it up from what it was last year. For instance, last year I didn't even release a Valentine's Day song. This year I released a mini Valentine's Day song collection. Last year I did do an arrangement for Black History Month. This year I did an arrangement including techniques that I've never implemented in my arrangements before, and it came out as a single. Both actions of me leveling up what I did last year also means that no matter what, I'm going to be improving. After that, I created an aesthetic of how I wanted my Instagram page to look. I think that I want to make sure that my page look ordered, and when people come to my page, they feel a sense of calm. And I think by doing that, I need to envision what that looks like. And so I put that in my vision board so I can see what I'm trying to achieve on my Instagram page so that I can achieve it for the future month of March. And then I placed the level up quote right above that and a few little reminders of like what my goals are and where I want to be with specific people at the side of my vision board. My goals for the month of March. I want to implement a certain amount of money into my savings each week. I want to post 4 to 5 times on Instagram again. I want to go live on Instagram. It's different when you're able to talk to you guys and be able to receive feedback immediately as opposed to just talking to a screen. Lastly, I want to reach out to specific music producers because I have a vision in mind, and I think that working with a music producer for this vision will really just be awesome. I want to release another classical recording. I want to create a freebie for those who follow me. I want to release a YouTube video each week, and I want to finish refreshing our website. I already have a website and it is great, but every month I perform somewhere new. Sometimes I'm performing with different artists. For instance, a couple days ago, I released a single. And so all of that needs to be updated on my website so that people are up to date with everything that I'm doing. So in order for that to happen, I need to be on top of that. And so I want to take some time out to put in some of the new shows that I've done. Like recently, I was on the Colbert Show with Chelsea Cutler, and I was on the Bronx Net television show as their featured artist. I performed on Tiny Desk with Yeba. This is not implemented in my website because these things all happened within the last few months. So I want to take the time and really put that into my website. Lastly, I want to gain, I know this might be a small number to many, but for me, no number is too small for me, to be honest. So I want to make a goal of reaching 100 subscribers on YouTube and 100 subscribers on Instagram for the month of March. I hope this was able to help you. I will include a template of my vision board just in case you would like to follow along and create this vision board with me. Again, I'm not a special in any of this, but I can truly say that this has helped me. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is not only to keep myself accountable with my goals, but also to help inspire you with your monthly goals. Now, these are all goals aside from teaching. I actually teach 4 times a week at a school where I run the violin program, and I train teachers. Along with that, I perform with various music groups. So I also perform on top of teaching consistently, and then these are goals outside of that, if that makes sense. So thank you so much for tuning in, and please leave a comment if you have any questions or would like me to release a video or be clear on something else. Thank you again for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And if you made it to the end, I love you. Let me share something with you that no one knows about me, and that is I used to take figure skating lessons, but because the competitions happened the same day I had my music lessons, I had to end up choosing performance or music, and music was just it for me. It felt right, and I'm happy with what I chose. Okay, I love you guys. Bye, friends.